I know is you came in, you knew every line, you were generous, you were terrific.
I was on automatic. I was on automatic.
Well, that's automatic. I wouldn't want to work with you when you're not an automatic.
I was very ill, and I wanted to bring it up. The fact is that I hadn't seen you, you know...
For 18 years.
18 years.
Yeah, and you look the same.
What's happened to you? Well, I've lost a little... I'm taking off height. No, but I've been short all my life, and what can you do about that,
Did that get you? Cary Grant said that if Mickey Rooney had been 6 feet tall, he would have been the biggest actor in the movies. Do you remember that quote? Because we found that quote on you.
Cary, God love him, here we've lost a lot of legends of late, but the fact is that Cary was one of my very dearest friends, and I was so sorry that we'd never had the opportunity of working together, and because I only came up to his belt buckle, you know what I mean? And
which is okay, for a lot of people.
Gunga Din, I still run.
A lot of people. Oh, I don't mean that. I mean size is whatever you want.
No kidding, no, but Look, but Cary Grant was one of the most magnificent, wonderful legends that we have. And do you realize that we just have so few legends left?
Doesn't that get you crazy?
It really does. Because Hollywood no more is allowing the reservoir to be refilled again to give youngsters an opportunity.
Why?
Joan? Because they're not making pictures in Hollywood any longer. I don't know whether have you noticed that lately?
But they've got to come from somewhere, or there's going to be no industry left.
Well, there is no industry left. They through the antitrust law about 25 years ago was the plan to kill and rend asunder completely Hollywood, which they did. They said that it was unconstitutional for Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, Paramount, 20th Century Fox, Warner Brothers, to make motion pictures and show them into a Warner Brothers, Paramount, Columbia, 20th Century Fox motion picture house. But it's all right for Kinney to sell Kinney shoes in a Kinney shoe store. It's all right to sell McDonald's hamburgers in a McDonald's hamburger store. It's all right to sell Chryslers in a Chrysler dealership. And do you understand what I'm saying?
Exactly what you're saying.
The fact is they killed it. They killed the business.
So why didn't all these giants then, these Louis B. Mayers...
Well, they knew, Joni, they knew that they were on their way out, that they were living in their sunset years, and unfortunately they hadn't planned for the day of their demise. When they were dead and gone, that there wasn't someone that was going to go pick up the baton and carry on the race. And I got together with about 15 people and I said, look, we better get together and try and save this industry. And I had them at Chasen's one night before Dave passed away. And I said, we've got to do it. Spencer Tracy was there, Jimmy Cagney, and a bash of a lot of big names. And I said, gentlemen, we've got to do something about saving our industry because they're going to just rend it asunder. They're going to pull the carpet right out from underneath it. And they said, yeah, we've got to get and there was a lot of enthusiasm. Never saw anybody after the dinner. Consequently, everybody never made a picture after the dinner.
Yeah.
You know, very few pictures were made. And no, because when you stop and think about it, Woody Allen, he doesn't make pictures in Hollywood. The great Woody Allen makes them in New York.
Yeah.
His studio is in New York. Clint Eastwood, God love him, doesn't make pictures in Hollywood. He makes them in San Francisco. Burt Reynolds doesn't make them in Hollywood. He makes them down in the South.
Yeah.
Okay? So no, I'm trying to find out who's making a picture here.
Yeah, but not only are they not making a picture, but now that they're ripping apart the few studios that are left. How did you feel when the MGM, which was your home, was bought by
That was the Tiffany of the business, Joan.
Ted Turner bought it.
Well, yeah, of course. Mr. Turner certainly has a right with his business acumen and his business prowess to own and to buy Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, but we did not make those pictures for Mr. Turner to turn over into video cassettes, but I keep looking for my friends, and I really don't care very much for them, and I don't care who knows about it. A thing called the Screen Actors Guild, who really don't give a damn about actors or actresses. The Directors Guild comes up and says, we want 5% more. I don't care for myself because the good Lord has been good enough to me, and of course, Terry Allen Kramer and the late Harry Rigby gave me an opportunity to resurrect a career that was dead and for me to do Sugar Babies.
How long?
And I was on Broadway for 3 years, and we did it 4 years after that, so that's 7 years. And now I'm proud to say that for Lee Goober and Shelley Gross, I'm going out and start on the 4th of March in one of the most wonderful places in the world, in Connecticut, where Yale is, New Haven.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum.
You're going to be great.
For 26 weeks. And I'm just thrilled at doing Stephen Sondheim's great show. And to know that you're working with, but no matter where you work in the world, Joan, I don't know whether you've had this experience or not, but I have had it. And I want to just pass along, there's no thrill in the world like when the curtain goes up and you're on Broadway. When you're on Broadway, I'm telling you something, you're reborn. Your heart is there, and the audience is there, because the public has been my family for 64 years.
I saw it 18 years ago. They knew you like you were their best friend.
My career had gone really to the right down to the bottom of the barrel then.
When you were working with me?
Yes.
Thank you. We'll be right back. Thank you. We'll be sure. We'll be right back. Don't go away. I know. We're back talking with Mickey Rooney. There's so much to ask you. Judy Garland, was she, from the very beginning, did you know Judy Garland was going to be a star?
Oh, Judy and I first met at a place called Lawler's Professional School, which I didn't want to go to, on Hollywood Boulevard. And we were both in about the 9th or 10th grade at the time. And Frances Gumm, which was her real name.
Oh, that was her name.
Her real name. She was born in Minnesota and lived in Lancaster for many, many years. And speaking of Lancaster, you know, I just opened up my second yogurt store.
Congratulations.
In Lancaster. TCBY.
I heard.
It means, wait a minute. Get in. It's called TCBY, the country's best yogurt. And I have one in Thousand Oaks and one in Lancaster with the people that I love there.
You'll end up a yogurt magnet.
Yeah. Well, no, it isn't that.
Be great.
I can't stay away from eating it.
Yeah. But also, you got 9 wives.
It's magnificent. It's the most wonderful product, 96% fat-free. You get all the pleasure and none of the guilt. No, but getting back to Judy, I knew from the very inception of having met Judy Garland that it's really trite to say that there was something special about Judy. She was so magnetic. She was so... It was like she was so touched by the Lord, by a heavenly celestial body, of saying that this is I'm me. I love you so much. She professed such love to everybody, Joan. And then, of course, in the waning years of her life, going to London, having people throw garbage at her, a certain hotel in New York that confiscated all of her clothes and her charts. And they seemed to want to have Judy become a martyr of some kind. And I called her about 3 weeks before she passed away and went to London. And I said, hello, Jutes. I always called her Jutes. And she said, hello, baby, where are you? And I said, I'm in New York. She said, I'm up here in Boston. I said, I know, that's why I found you. She said, do you think I can make it? I said, honey, we made Babes in Arms, Strike Up the Band, Girl Crazy, Babes on Broadway, Words and Music. You just take my hand, Judy, and we're going to make it together. And I reached out, kind of over the phone, and I thought I felt for a moment that she had touched it. But she didn't, and 3 weeks later she was gone. One of the biggest losses, I think, to the entertainment world. And then Liza comes along. Liza Minnelli with Liza, who was this tiny when I first met her, you know, on Judy's show at CBS when Judy had her show, and then becoming this tremendous, great talent. It was fantastic.
That's the wonderful thing.
Yeah. So whenever I see Liza, I realize, and of course every day I realize that Judy is not really gone. She's very close and will be in my heart all my life. I loved her more than anybody in the world.
Would you come back and talk more? Just talk about, there's so many things, I wish I could spend the whole hour
I didn't mean
just
to be so
talking to you.
serious about it.
Oh, no, it's not serious, it's wonderful.
What the
There are
heck?
more stories in you.
Listen,
I would like to bring on your wife.
My wife?
Your wife.
Am I married now? Of course
Yes,
I
you
am.
are.
Here's
This is
my
your wife. I
Jan.
know you have to leave.
Sweetheart.
I know the two of you have to leave.
Jan, say hello to everybody. Thanks. Thank you.
Oh, come back
We
soon.
love it. We love it.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
Thanks very much, and have a nice day.
We'll be right back with Peter Allen, John Carlin, and Darryl Savard at this message of interest. Wasn't he fabulous?